Hi everyone, this is Corey, the Uber lady at Superior Finds. And before we get into today's video, I just wanted to share with you about the email I received from eBay today, celebrating my 21 years on the platform. So that's pretty cool that they sent me a little email. I started eBay September 14th, 2003. I was a single mom, so I believe I was probably shopping for school clothes on eBay. And while I was shopping, I realized that I could sell my things on eBay. I could sell my things online. So I'm a book reader. I had a lot of books just sitting around collecting dust. So I told myself, why not? Let's try. And these were the days when you had to upload your photos. It took a longer time to list than it does now. And it really began my mostly love relationship with this platform. And I'm really glad they remembered me today. So let's get into our video. Today's video is about the linens I sell online. I sell a lot of linens, mostly vintage, but some contemporary as well. And they are really my bread and butter. Plus, I do well on other linen sales. I've been known to make $300 on a bed sheet. And I'm going to show that with you in the course of my YouTube journey. So let's get into it. Now, in the past 24 hours, I have sold a lot of vintage linens, and I want to share with you what kind of linens I sell, what sells, and I just want to give the best advice. On today's video, I want to really show you what sells here on eBay when it comes to linens. And just disregard these little boxes that are coming up. eBay has been confused for the past week, and they keep on showing me things that I have already accepted an offer and sold on, but they just keep on popping up even after I log out of eBay, even after I restart my computer, so I'm not sure of the issue. I sold these two tablecloths. They're damask, they're contemporary, well, I put vintage, so it must have been vintage. And they're just regular tablecloths, nothing really special about them, and you could get this kind today, so I'm not sure if I should have put the vintage down. Now I'm going to tell you that I listed these back in November of 2022, so they have been sitting for almost 2 years, and you'll probably see the start time. It may cut it off though, and it may have taken me that long because I did put vintage down when they might not be vintage. Back in 2022 is when I began starting to sell a lot of linens just because they were cheap, and I received most of them from winning online auctions. So I did take a best offer. First, what I did though, I had a 15% sale, and that's going on all weekend. The date today is Saturday, September 14th, 2024. I wanted to boost my sales a little bit this weekend because I'm going on vacation next week. So I thought this 15% off on mainly linens would be a good little lift off for my sales. So yeah, $18. I initially paid $1.12 for both of these tablecloths combined. Here's another nice sale. I bought 4 of these crochet valances back in July. So this took 2 months to sell, 15% off, so it sold for $22.94, and this was initially $2.32. Now I bought this valance because of the price, but because it was also unique. You don't see too many crocheted valances. So I receive a lot of Quaker lace tablecloths in lots that I buy. This tablecloth I did get, I received it from my friend who sources for me. She pays $2, I give her 4. So with the lot, I'm not sure how much I'm paying per lot yet because I'm still listing her items. She gave me a lot to list, which was awesome. So I sold this for $21.24 on my 15% sale, and I only had this for about 2 weeks. Now I even sell smaller linens like this crochet doily, right? It's 14 inches around, but these doilies, they really do have a cottagecore, country, granny vibe, and I do put that in a lot of my titles. See right here, Granny Cottage, and I sold this for $12.74. It sat for 2 months, and I bought this for $1.83 at my local thrift shop, I do believe. Now this is a great example of a bad photograph. And I like telling on myself and telling you all my mistakes so you all don't repeat them. I listed this back in August 23rd, 2022. So that's over 2 years ago. And it's a beautiful table runner. I mean, if you look at it, they are lilacs. See, that's blurry. That's a terrible photograph. When I first started buying these, I believe I got this in an online auction lot, and I paid $1.70 for it. I wasn't careful with the way I photographed these, and I did not iron them, which makes them look pretty messy. And that's why I firmly believe this took so long to sell. So it sold for $15.17 on my 15% sale. So don't make the same mistakes I do. Always iron your linens, make them as presentable as possible, and try not to have blurry photographs. When we get in a hurry, I know when I get in a hurry, some of my photographs can be blurry. I love this runner. I love the flowers and the vines. And as you can see, I put this up a year ago, September 23rd, 2023. It sold for $14.32. And this is really pretty. And I do like table runners. I think that the old embroidered cottage look is just so cool, and I have them in my house too. So this is really nice, and I'm not sure why it took so long to sell. It does take a little bit longer for my embroidered pieces to sell at times, so that could be a factor. Now I'm looking at my keywords. I don't see a problem. I always put the measurements. I try to put it in the title so people don't have to look around for them. And I initially bought this for 40 cents. So I bought this in a lot, and there was just so many in the lot that it was a really low cost per item I listed. Here is a beautiful damask runner that I fell in love with. It has collie dogs on it, and it's a damask print, and this was listed January 29th of 2003. So it did take a while to sell too. I think it was specific to people who love their collie dogs. It did sell. It sold for $25 on a best offer. And now you may see that this is an ended listing. I had a customer today who purchased 9 of my table runners, and which is just a very awesome sale. They initially They actually bought 11 items from me, but I wanted to highlight the linens today. So that's why we're going over the table runners. What I did, I just lotted everything in one listing with a flat shipping rate that we agreed on to make it easier for my buyer so she could just buy it, didn't have to worry about me refunding her money if she paid too much in shipping. I don't mind helping somebody out like that and taking my time. It's just what you do as a seller to please your customer, and she was very, very grateful. So that's what I did here, and I initially paid $4.05 for this runner. I did receive it in an online auction lot. Here's a contemporary piece. This silver snowflake table runner sold for $15.99 to the same buyer I mentioned. And it's just your regular seasonal cute table runner. Listed it May 28th, so it took a few months to sell. And I bought it for $3.76 on an online auction lot sale. I really like this table runner, of course, because it is hand embroidered and it has some pretty pansies on it. It sold for the $12.73 that it was on sale for. It has been listed for 10 months. Again, probably because it's an embroidered piece. I did not put any like cottage or granny style. I did put the colors. Sometimes I'll do that other than the other keywords. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. It may. However, I know that people look for certain colors as well. Having the colors did not hurt the time this was listed. These are just long tail items. And I did buy this for $3.07 in an online auction lot. So I just received this Angels, and it has the lyrics for the song Amazing Grace. The buyer bought this for $17.85. I listed this on September 5th, and this was from my friend who sources from me, so I'm not sure of the cost yet. But this was a nice sale. Now, if you notice on these are really bread and butter. I'm not making $20 a piece on these runners or the other linens that I'm selling. These are going to be probably between my net cost with fees excluded, inventory cost excluded, shipping cost excluded. I'm going to be making between $8 and $18 a piece on these. I really like selling vintage Christmas tablecloths. These are a lot of fun. I mean, look at the pattern. It's that vintage pattern, and then the fringe. The fringe just says it all, right? Totally 70s. Now, this did have a little bit of condition issues, so that's why it was listed for only $16.99 to start with, and I sold it for $14.44. The tassels, which are supposed to be white, were light pink just from washing it. And there was a stain, and then there was a little spot that looked like glue had hardened on it, and it was just a little hard spot. But these are a lot of fun, and I pick Christmas tablecloths up whenever I can get my hands on them. This one was also a pickup from my friend, so I'm not sure how much I will net from this, but I only had it listed for about 10 days. This is another contemporary piece. Now, this piece I have had listed since July 28th, 2023. That's over a year ago. And I can tell you probably exactly why. One factor, no brand name. Another factor, I spelled turquoise wrong. See, I omitted the R. So anyone looking for turquoise colors, this would not show up in search. So that's why it took so long. I really have a strong feeling. So over a year, and I bought this for $3.76. and I bought this at a thrift store. So now going to Etsy, let me go to this other, here we go. This is the main picture I wanted to show you. I received this vintage Toran wall hanging from a garage sale in June. I bought it for $4. Now what a Toran is, it's a hand embroidered linen piece that goes above a door, and they make these in India, and another name for them are Vanden walls, but I did not put that in my keywords. I should have, in a sense, right? So this sold for $48.99, and in my Etsy and Mercari stores, everything is free shipping. Now this one, however, is going to be shipped to England. So they paid $48.99 plus $20 more in shipping. So that's going to be a very nice profit for me. And this is an example of when a piece of, linen or textile, when I can make more than bread and butter net profits. So I do like these sales. And the last one I'm going to show you today is this contemporary shower curtain. It's just your average run-of-the-mill shower curtain. I love the colors. I love that it had paisley. It was striped. So I bought this for $3.18 and listed it in July. It only took 2 months to sell. $23 free shipping. It'll probably cost at the most $6. So let's say my net profit from this will probably be $13. And these are so easy to ship. They are very easy to photograph. Really, they are. You just spread them out. I do not take measurements of shower curtains. Sometimes people do ask, but I usually don't, because they're usually 70 by 70 or 72 by 72. But I do put the tags just to make sure everyone has the information that they need. And there we have it. So I sold 14 items in maybe a little over 24 hours. And I'm going to net at least $8 from each item. I mean, most of them are going to be more than $8. And then I have my Toran, which I'm going to net, a lot more than that. So in my what sold video coming up, I will have my net profits in those. But I thought that this quick video would kind of show you how I do sell a lot of linens. And sometimes I'll go days without selling one, but then all of a sudden, bam, I'll sell many of them. And putting them on sale really helped with that. So, okay, leave me a like and a subscribe if you like this content. And if you want to see more, and leave me a comment to just let me know what else you want to see. All right, everybody, beautiful people, you have a great day, and I will see you later.